Welcome to your source for research innovation news, insights, and commentary. This is your Research Business Daily Report, where we're sponsored by Nuance from Decision Analyst, offering a new multi-language verbatim coding service that helps companies quantify the meaning of open-ended answers. I think there's little argument when I say that mobile research has made more progress this year than any of the other so-called new research methodologies, and there's no shortage of them. Unless you're dealing with mobile research on a daily basis, however, as either a vendor or a client, I've found it's easy to not really be in touch with a lot of the underlying trends in the field. So we reached out to uSamp Senior Vice President of Mobile Business Solutions, Lisa Wilding Brown, to learn more.
I think most of the clients we're working with are really impressed with it as a methodology. We've heard great feedback from our clients. There's a lot of benefit to mobile in comparison to some of the other modes of research, higher recall rates, more robust responses because we're collecting that multimedia such as video and audio. So far we've had great feedback. In fact, some of our clients are projecting that a vast majority of their budget, their research budget, will be spent with mobile in FY14. They are seeing greater reliability. And I think the big difference, Bob, is because there's that contextual piece, right? So instead of asking a respondent about an event that may have occurred several days ago, mobile really allows you to be with the respondent as it's happening. So, think of it this way, where we could conduct an in-store project, in-store study, where we actually drive traffic to that study or even set up a virtual parameter around that location that can trigger a survey opportunity when the respondent enters or when they exit. It's that moment of truth, right? It's what's happening at the shelf, what's happening in the aisle, what's happening when they walk into the restaurant. Is it a good customer experience? The same is true at home. We do a lot of mobile work, in-home usage tests, ethnographies in the home, and it's very compelling to be right there with the respondent as they're consuming that yogurt or cooking that pie crust. Not only are we able to get context when the purchase is happening, but we're actually able to get context when the utilization or consumption of that product or brand is being used.
If you were to compare the cost of a complete on mobile with the other things you're competing against, how does it look?
Well, I would say that it really varies from study to study, Bob. Generally, I've been talking with some, I actually talked with a client not too long ago who was talking about how he was able to get in context, in-store data, and he would do shop-along studies that would take months and months to execute and be very logistically challenging and very, very expensive. Mobile, on the other hand, from a logistics standpoint, can be done in a very short period of time and actually is cost-effective and much more inexpensive in comparison to traditional modes of research. So I think, it is faster in many instances. It helps to expedite the data collection process, and it is more cost-effective in many occurrences. So I would say.
You're telling me the clients tend to look past the cost per complete, which I know a lot of them look at for a lot of projects.
Mm-hmm. I do think so. Absolutely.
Okay. All right. So we've painted a very pretty picture of what's going on with mobile, but what are some of the challenges out there? What do you think is the most misunderstood thing about mobile research?
I think there's a number of things, but I would say the largest is just that, it has too many limitations in terms of time. It's true. We don't want to collect a 30-minute survey on the mobile device. And we are ruthless when it comes to ensuring the surveys that are exposed to our panel are designed well and don't, I think, exploit the time that they're giving us. And this is a big pain point for our clients. It is going to force clients to get creative, but there are ways around this. Number one, being very ruthless with the content And then I think the other piece is figure out how to find a way for mobile to fit into your research plan. It doesn't have to be the end all be all. It could be a supplement. Maybe you do the vast majority of your work for a particular project online, but then you include a mobile supplement so that you can get access to that rich qualitative data and also represent the very important and growing mobile audience that's out there. And then the other part is, a multi-part study. So breaking it into chunks. Maybe having a 3 or 4 session longitudinal type project versus one big behemoth of a survey.
Off camera, Lisa told us that she expects a lot of the full service research agencies out there to start working and offering mobile research next year. That has not been the case thus far. If you'd like to know more from Lisa, her email address is really simple. It's lisa@usamp.com. That's your Research Business Daily Report, sponsored by Nuance from Decision Analyst. It's a new multi-language verbatim coding service that helps companies quantify the meaning of open-ended answers. You can find out a lot more about Nuance by going to the content box underneath today's video. There are 2 different links that can get you a lot of interesting information. Have a great research day, and we'll see you back here tomorrow.